continuing from the last movie, I had a rollback statement in here that I'm actually going to move down the script and I put it in there. So now, let's go and look at multiple table inserts. I'm going to look at the ticket table just to get it into perspective. The ticket table has a total of 73,000 rows. I'm also going to show you the music schema that shows you the ticket table in the grand scheme of things as what's called an associative entity between the price and the show table. There is a many-to-many join between the price and the show table, which means that when you join the show and price table, you don't come up with a single row. You could come up with 1 row, 0 rows, or many. So you can't find specific rows, which can lead to big problems. So what we do is we create a table that joins that many-to-many relationship into individual items identified by a combination of unique keys, the show ID and the price ID from the two tables. I don't have much information in this table, and what I actually have at the moment, if I describe my ticket table, I don't have it in my model because I've expanded the ticket table to cater to the examples in this chapter. I've actually added a price and a ticket ID. The ticket ID can be used to uniquely identify a ticket, and a price is obviously a price for a specific ticket as calculated based on all the data in here, as in the price table, the venue, whatever you want to set it to relative to discounts and other factors that you use to encourage people to buy tickets. So first of all, we looked at the ticket table, and now we're actually going to go and look at this query here, which gives us a summary of all the data in the ticket table, but pulling the show and the venue data as well. So I'm going to go and create 3 tables that I'm going to use to show how to use a multiple table insert. I'm going to work off 3 of them, and I'm going to exclude the Fox Theatre. So I'm going to create these tables by clicking the play button, and it creates 3 empty tables. 3 empty tables. This is just the definition of a table. There's no data in these tables yet. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say insert all. If you can remember, we could use first because we do not want to duplicate into separate tables, and no else clause is required. Since the venue name will ensure data is not inserted into multiple tables, we can use all. So we're simply going to find when venue ID is equal to something, put it into Arco Arena, as in when venue ID equals select venue ID from there. The when clause is actually ensuring that we put the right data into the right tables, as opposed to using first and all. Don't need to worry too much about that. This is the same query we ran above. If I ran this query again, it would give me all this data, but without the group by. That is actually exactly the same data as this query here. Well, more or less exactly the same. There's no group by on the end of it, and just yes, there's no group by. We've actually got the query duplicated down here. And then, right, so let's run this again just to demonstrate. Insert all, run this query. Multiple table insert in action, adding the data from the ticket table and dividing it up between these different tables. So it says 41,800 rows inserted. And actually, if we go and run this query again, 41,800. Because we actually entered 3 different venues, not all 4 of them, if we took this and this and this, we would come up with 41,300. That's 9,800, and that is 41,800. Yes, that's just where is the query, the script output? 41,800. That's exactly correct. If you take this number, and this number, you get 41,800 rows. It didn't add the Fox Theatre rows. So we took a section of the data from the main table or the main query and divided it up between 3 separate tables as well. So now what I can actually do is to run a query that gives me a roll-up of the different totals in different places for the entire query. So here we've got Arco Arena, tickets, Compaq Center. That is actually the total. We need to sort it in another way. It's given you total, subtotal, double the number of rows. All I'm going to do here with this query is to show you that we get the same number of tickets. And as I've run it, it's spread it across here, and the different places or the different venues add up to, again, 41,800. So I've got the same data in these three separate tables as I have in the query for the subset of data that I pulled. I can run the commit command because I may want to use this data later on. That's the multiple table insert statement.